guys, it's Ken again. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing Witches of East End, Season 1, Episode 4. This episode was called A Few Good Talismen. And, man, this episode was definitely much more intense than the other episode, especially with Ingrid's plot. I think it was very, very intense. We didn't know what was going to really happen here. I like that they did this, and I like the thing at the end. It was predictable what was going to happen, but I really think it's going to take a very dark turn, and I like where it's going, because we've seen a very comedic thing, and it's definitely going to be interesting to see it more dark. So let's just get in right away. I really want to talk about Ingrid and the stuff that happened to her, because, I mean, I think that was the most interesting part of this episode. I think you guys will agree with me that Ingrid's plot was probably the most interesting part of this episode. So, basically, with Ingrid, here's the thing. Ingrid's, the spell that she cast, is that, basically, the whole thing with someone you love is going to die. She's worried that Adam would pay the penalty for her crimes. Ingrid decides to she ends their date because she's really worried that something bad is going to happen because someone you love has to die, basically. And, she didn't let herself love him because, she didn't want him to be the loved one that she would use. Now, it seemed to really work, but then she has this date with Barb, and it ends with Ingrid having to rush her to the hospital. And, basically at this point she thinks that either Barb or the baby is gonna die. Basically we found out that it was crazy. I really thought that this character was gonna die. I mean, we thought this in the pilot episode, but then I thought last week that Adam was gonna die. And you really think Barb or the baby's gonna die, but they were both spared because Adam comes to the hospital to check on Ingrid, and, he says everything's gonna be okay. And basically, the moment she gives into her feelings for him, boom! Barb and the baby are okay, but Adam bleeds out in the pavement. He gets, this bloody nose and everything, and he just, passes out, and she, says, someone help, get the cops or whatever, paramedics or whatever, and he dies. So he's dead now, and we don't know what's going to happen to him from here. I don't know, what's going to happen to him, and it's definitely going to be very interesting to see what happens, but I don't know what's going to happen from here. So, yeah, I thought this was a very, very big plot, and I really loved it. And, I mean, someone you love has to die. Works perfectly. Adam was the one who had to die. He died, and there's a problem. So, yeah, I thought that was probably the biggest scene of the episode, and I absolutely love the plot, because it's really going to affect Ingrid a lot. I can't wait to see how this is going to affect her. So then we go into Joanna. Now, Joanna is attempting to get one step ahead of the shifter by forcing a vision at the state of Bill Thatcher's murder. When she sets her plan to action, she was caught off guard by the shifter, who turns out to be her old pal from the 1600s. And as he died, he told her that he wasn't the shifter who previously tried to kill her. So there's another crazy person on the loose. Why do I have this feeling it's Dash or Killian? I have this feeling that either Dash or Killian are just crazy, because obviously they want Freya to end up with one of them. Speaking of them, let's get to them. I don't think it's them, because, the other part in this episode was that Freya uses spell to bring Dash and Killian closer together at a dinner party, basically. After seeing Freya and Dash together, though, Killian decided he couldn't handle it, because, Killian couldn't even handle getting out of bed in the morning, because he's just really upset at her. And basically, Freya was left to have a super awkward dinner for two with Penelope, who regaled her with stories of the Gardner brothers' boys' history. And basically, she just confirmed what we already knew about Killian. Very beautiful, very troubled, very good at piano. So, Killian is very troubled, but he's also very nice. And definitely, they want us to have, her end up with Killian. I can just tell if that's where they want to go. But the thing is, we also know that Killian has a very troubled past. So, is Killian good or bad? I don't really know. I don't think any of us really know. We're not going to know, but we'll have to see definitely what's going to happen here. But I don't think it's going to be something good. I don't think something good is going to come out of this. Nothing good can come out of this. That's what's going to happen. We'll have to see what else happens, though. Now, the only other thing we have to talk about is Wendy. I loved Wendy's plot. It was so funny. I just thought it was hilarious because, such a dark episode going on here. You had so much going on, so many twists. Then you have Wendy, who has, like, the most comedic plot of the whole episode. That's what I love about Wendy. She can turn the whole episode and make it hilarious, and her stuff was hilarious. She has a pretty good night out of all the women. She was, like, the only one who had a pretty good night. She basically found herself in the arms of Freddie Prinze Jr. How does this happen? She stole one of her neighbor's, basically, there was like this, she was a cat, and the cat, like, she transformed and landed at the door, and he's like, oh, hello, and she's, like, naked and everything. I thought that scene was hilarious where she had to cover herself, but, she ended up, hooking up with him, and it looks like they're trying to start a relationship between the two of them, and I could definitely see that happening. I could definitely see her trying to have a relationship, basically, with that. I could definitely see that happening, and the other thing is that, but she stole one of his butterflies, and the enchanted one, of course, and injected it into Bill's wife's brain. We don't really know what she's up to, but it's not something good. So yeah, this episode for me was really good. I really liked it. It was a lot darker than the other episodes. Besides Wendy, it was very, very dark. Besides all of that, it was very dark. We found out a lot more, though. So what do you guys think about this episode? What do you think is going to happen with Adam's death? Are you upset that he died? I'm not upset that he died. I predicted it. I knew he was going to die. I'm happy they did this because it's going to be a big thing for Ingrid's character. Definitely very big. And also, what do you think is going to happen with, who's the shifter? Is it someone we know or is it someone we don't know? And what's going on with Freddie Prinze Jr.'s character? And also, what's going on with Killian? I have a feeling either Dash or Killian is the shifter. I don't know why I keep thinking this, but I just have this feeling that one of them is the shifter. I don't know, I could just be spitballing things here, but let me know what you guys think of this episode. I will see you guys in the next video. Again, really love this episode. It was really dark and everything, and I really like that. So, yeah, see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.